So by the title of this video, I'm pretty sure you all know the energy of where this is going to go. So if you or someone you know is dealing with or has dealt with the loss of a loved one, I genuinely hope that this video helps you. I'm hoping that this video helps me. I am probably gonna be all over the place in regards to my emotions, in regards to my eyes, in regards to my thoughts. For these kind of videos, I, with all intent and purpose, like to write down or kind of plan what I would like to say, hence my pen in my hand. But I also feel like I authentically want to sit in front of the camera today and bring my true and raw emotions and my true and raw thoughts in order to deliver what I hope is helpful, thoughtful, relatable, just because it's been pretty hard. Before I hit record and I'm setting up my setting, I was fine. I was jamming, I was in good spirits, I was getting myself together, grounding myself as best as I could. And then the minute I hit record, I took a deep breath, it all kind of just left. So I just hope that you follow. I hope that this genuinely helps you or whoever is watching this or whoever you are gifting this video to. And even for myself, you're gonna be all right, girl. You're gonna be straight. So I wanted to introduce the why I'm making this video. The title in itself is pretty self-explanatory. Since the beginning of time, with birth, inevitably death follows. That is the only thing in life that is guaranteed. That is the only thing in life our journey ultimately leads to. In between, you have all different experiences. You have a purpose to fulfill, but I genuinely know you can never prepare for the inevitable. I know that for a fact. With the theme of 2020 being unpredictable, yet predictable, scary, yet fearless, busy, yet still, the one occurring theme has been death. If you've lost someone due to this unexplainable virus, my condolences to you and your family. But outside of 2020, if you've lost anyone that you've loved, no matter how far, near, or dear to you, I understand. I have lost individuals that played a role in my life nonetheless, whether it was far or close. And it wasn't easy, to say the least. It wasn't easy to hear rather, that someone that I knew and that I loved has passed. And even with their transition, the hurt still remains, questions still remain, the longing still remains, the memories still remain. And all in all, I feel like it never really goes away. I feel like it just gets easier with time. I feel like it gets easier to cope with the loss rather than sulking in all the other frustrating reasons as to why they're no longer here. Losing a friend of mine when I was 17 years old was the first traumatic loss, so to speak, just for the fact that you don't understand the concept of death. I don't really care how old or young you are. So for me, it was just like, you're so young. Why aren't you here? You know, I'm well. Why are you not well? And it's just a bunch of different questions. And speaking to my friend at the time, I could never understand what he was going through. I just knew he was a lot stronger than I was at that time. For me, that loss was undeniably equivalent to being punched in the chest. Like, it made no sense. It came from nowhere. From there, I was just like, okay, this is real. This death thing is real. And then I lose a grandmother figure. I've watched her battle illnesses for a long time, battle addictions for a long time, and it wasn't until I visited her on her last night in hospice, which I didn't know would have been her last night, but my sister and I visited her, and watching her body just decompose in a sense was sickening, saddening to say the least, but it was also relieving because I knew it was gonna be sometime soon that she would transition, and I felt like this world had nothing left to offer her. I felt like selflessly she needed to transition to be relieved of any pain that she was feeling. Losing another grandmother figure who is one of my best friend's grandmother the day after my birthday, another loss that, and me thinking I should be celebrating another year, someone has lost their life, and it just, the list goes on. And back to this year, and in this moment, I lost two biological uncles in October of 2020, and I feel like the magnitude either way, it's just, it struck a nerve that, again, this is something that I cannot understand. And then it was my most the most current and to date hardest loss, which was my honorary uncle. My godfather, whom was a father figure in my life, and he had been battling cancer for quite some time, 5 years to be exact. And before his battle, we've just been very close, and he lives very close to me in distance. So under any given circumstances or chance, I would visit him and spend time with him and be someone that he can rely on, specifically for his needs to live, whether it be food, whether it be just a companionship, laughter. I would just be there. I can genuinely say this has been extremely hard. If you know me, you've more than likely heard me mention my uncle Winston, and you've known how close I have been to him, the relationship we shared, and my role in his life as a niece. My heart breaks for anyone that has lost anyone suddenly, because I can't imagine that trauma, that hurt, those questions, that pain. But all in all, my heart still breaks for myself and others that watch someone wither away. Because when I left my job, which was nothing but a job to me, to say the least, I began a new job of becoming a caretaker. And this is one job that didn't feel burdensome. It didn't feel stressful. Even when I didn't feel like doing it, I would just put on my clothes and I'll go. And no matter how many times he called, I would answer. And the reality of knowing that he won't call again is unsettling. But I'm sorry. But the relief of knowing the pain that he was in is gone is, to say the least, I'm okay with it. With taking care of him, the years that I have, the months, the days, the minutes, and then down to the seconds, it has been such a roller coaster of emotions because, again, you watch someone that you care about just do as they will with life. And it was so rewarding some days to see the progress, to see the strength that this man carried and the humility he had and the fact that he was so kind and gentle and would not want you to feel like you were a burden. He was a burden. And that's why I did what I did. But the pain and the trauma that lives behind watching the vessel be there and the soul not. The warm spirit that I once knew, I saw with my two own eyes, was no longer there. To close someone's eyes for the last time it's unexplainable. To watch a body go into a bag as though it's just inanimate object, like just, well, it's a different level of closeness you have with that person that if you don't have to experience, all great. But if you do get to experience it at the same time, it is still rewarding because you're the last thing that person feels. If that makes sense. I would hope it does. I hope it does. But even though the body is lifeless, I'm a firm believer in spirits and spirituality, and I know he was there even though he wasn't. And that was the shortest but longest 3 hours of my life. And I just wanted to share that if you know me and you know my relationship with my uncle, that time with him has expired in the physical realm. And if you've reached out to me and if you've just been checking on me, I've been trying to be okay. And I've been disconnected from the social world for reasons that I needed to prepare for. So if you felt my absence, I apologize. But at the same time, if we shared any moments together in this process, as I've been processing, I hope that you've cherished them, because, oh boy, I have. And I've tried to show up when I can. Oh God. Given the fact that this has been a very difficult process for me. And I hope if you sent your condolences, a friend of mine, my family, sent me flowers, and if you've just been supportive, I thank you, because I'm really trying. But the one thing about a caregiver's role is that when that person is no longer here, it takes a bit of adjusting, readjusting, and I've been just trying to take it a day at a time. So I just hope there is a level of patience that I have with myself and that others have with me. Even you watching this video, if you've gotten this far, I thank you, because I'm a mess. I'm up and I'm down, and it's just a part of the process that I'm trying to accept. So I thank you too, because even you just watching this video is also you checking in with me and checking in with yourself, because I want to pay this message forward to you. It's gonna take me some time, and with all intents and purposes, I hope I make it to the other side stronger than ever, because I already feel as though this has ignited a different energy in me. And it's easy for us to say that with life, with death, we feel this desire to live, we feel this desire to do better, this desire to do everything we can do while we're still here, but then we end up not doing it. And that's why I'm doing this video, because I want to encourage you that whatever you decide to do, you do it with all that you can, you do it with all intentions to be great, and you fulfill whatever purpose you can and then some. Because when your body is no longer here to hold on to your soul, and you are literally just flesh, your spirit will be restless, because you were not true to what you are here to do. You are here to live. You are here to love. You are here to laugh. And I want to continue to give that. I want to continue to live my life, to love on myself and on others. And I want to just laugh. And that's what my vlogs are just for. It's for me to share my random moments with you in the hopes of you just get to know me better, but then you also can laugh if you just enjoy my humor. And if you don't, that's okay too. But then these videos are the wholesome, purposeful videos that I just want to deliver something in hopes that you hold it to you and you pay whatever you have as well forward. You don't hold on to that and do absolutely nothing with it. So, yeah, let me just gather myself a little bit. So if you are new to this process and you've came across this video, there are 7 stages of grief and then about 15 stages in between each of them. There is no right or wrong way to grieve. There is no right or wrong way to mourn the loss. You just have to just go with it and just continue to push yourself to make it out on the other side. But the textbook 7 ways of grieving, there's shock, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, testing, and acceptance. And truthfully, to get to the end of it, which is the goal of accepting the loss, you have to go, and you will go through the ins and outs of the other 6. I can't tell you what stage I'm in right now. I don't even feel like I am graduating from one stage to the next. I just feel as though I am taking every day as it comes, 1 minute and 1 day. I am better than the next minute and the next day. December just began. It's December 2nd today, and my uncle actually passed on November 27th, which in the United States was the day after Thanksgiving. So it's just a different kind of energy around this holiday in particular. But even without celebrating the holiday, so to speak, I am just genuinely thankful for that experience and then watching him taking his last breath, because it truly was a moment in my life and a moment with him that I would have never taken for granted. And I will never take for granted. So again, how you process the situation that you are going through is how you deem necessary, how you see fit, and it is not up to anyone, and it's not in their hands to tell you how you should. I do recommend coping in a healthy way, and even if you take a day or two or a week or two or a month or two within healthy ways, again, that is your prerogative. It's totally your choice, but I just want you to know that it will get better. You will get better. I wanted to share ways on how to, or how I cope rather, because I've gone through a few losses, as I mentioned, with this being my most recent, a traumatic loss or experience. So, initially I can't say I was numb, but I can say that I wasn't in immediate shock. I actually, when I heard that one of his caretakers called and let us know that, she felt as though he was transitioning, I threw on my clothes and I immediately ran to be by his side. And I just felt all over, just making sure that I didn't feel a heartbeat, making sure that he was no longer breathing. And when that happened, I began to cry, but it was just more of me calling him to just make sure at least he knows that I was there. He knew that someone was there with him. So my initial response was just, do you hear me? Wherever you are, I'm here. I made it to you and I'm just here. So how I've coped with that experience is just, even in that moment, and I do it now, and as you clearly have seen, I cry. I am not ashamed of crying. I am a crier. I don't cry for any reason and every reason, but if something is near and dear to me, or if something hurts me, if something makes me happy, I cry. I sing because I love to sing, and when I sing, it's a different expression of a release that I need to have, whether it be a sad song or a song that just makes me feel good. I sing. So if you're a singer like myself, I would recommend singing. If you're a crier like myself, go ahead and cry. Don't hold them tears in. I don't care where you are right now in the world. I don't care what stage you're in right now. Even in the accepting stage, cry. Because that too is something to be proud of, because some people will never understand the magnitude of what it is to lose someone you care about. So don't ever feel guilty for letting yourself need a minute to release. I dance. I just get on up and I shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. So if you like to dance, don't know how to dance, want to learn how to dance, hit me up. I'll teach you how to do something, one or two. We could have a couple one-on-one classes. I know it's cold. I know we got this social distancing going on. So hit me up. Let's get some things going. We could dance together. Dancing lifts my spirit. I actually went to a repast for friends of mine that lost someone close to them. And even with losing my uncle the day before, I showed up, and I absolutely needed that time to be around people and to just dance, which is what we always do when we're together. So it was refreshing to just hear good music and just dance the night away, because I didn't get home till like 4:30 in the morning, because I think I'm so grown. So dancing helps me as well. I journal. I write. If you normally don't write, I would recommend you just begin to write. I would recommend you just trying to do something with whatever is in your mind, compartmentalize in different parts of your brain. Just try to write it out. If you can't pick up a pen or pencil to put to paper, try to put it in your phone, because we always have our phones in our hands. If you have a person that you're close to, or you need to find a safe space, contact them, write them a text, anything to get it out of your mind, out into the open, just get it out. If you know me, and even with what I'm going through, and if you don't know me and you want to just express yourself in the comment section below, go ahead. I'm all eyes, I'm all ears, and I just want to be able to receive you and we can share this moment together. So if you need someone to talk to and vent to, and you also just need to let it out, and writing is hard for you, texting someone is not available, let's talk. I'm here for you. Looking at pictures and videos are fine. Just don't do it too often, for the fact that the memories are real. They remain engraved in you, but if you aren't healing well, it's a way of taking yourself back. So give yourself time before you jump back into your photo album and just start looking at pictures and videos. But if it helps you just have a peace of mind, by all means, don't have me tell you what to do. I didn't really write that down. I just wanted to express ways that I've been coping, expressing ways how to cope. Rest, eat, shower or bathe, whatever your preference is. Do your daily self-care regimens and still nourish your living body. Don't stop doing that because you're grieving, because you don't want to get sick, especially in these times. You don't want to get sick worrying and stressing about someone who is probably at the most peace they've ever been, because this living world can be horrific. So please take care of yourself. That's just like my biggest way of coping. Whatever way you can take better care of yourself, please do so. Don't play with yourself. Period. And I feel like I wanted to affirm some things that I just feel like you need to know. I need to know too. It's okay to not be okay. That's one. Check on your loved ones. These are pretty self-explanatory. And that's not the newfound anger the internet has. If no one's coming to check on me, I'm not checking on them. Da 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 da. Put your pride aside sometimes. It's not always about you. And if you care about someone, that doesn't feel like it's not reciprocated. Everything takes reciprocity. And sometimes putting yourself aside is what your loved one needs. So check yourself, but check on your loved ones. In this process, be authentic. Be true to who you are. Be real to your emotions. Be real to your feelings. Be real to the process. Because that denial state can last a lot longer if you don't allow yourself to understand and to process that this is your new reality. Release the pain and the guilt. A lot of us in our waking life carry so much guilt after the person has transitioned because of woulda, coulda, shouldas, and we carry pain that once it comes to the funeral time and the burial and then they're no longer here, we still live and exist in that pain. And I'm telling you today, release that pain, baby. Release that guilt. You did everything you absolutely could in your life. And if you feel like you could have done more, ooh, my ear. I guess that message was for me. If you feel like you could have done more, you did what you could. You did what you could. And that person knows it. If you showed up as your authentic self, that person knows it. And I stand by that. I've probably said that before. I feel like I said that before in one of my videos, or to somebody. If you know me, I've probably told you. If you've been yourself in any relationship that you show up and you're yourself, that individual knows that. Don't ever get it twisted. They know. So let that hurt go. Let that pain go. Let that guilt go and just move forward. Keep on moving on. And just stay prayed up. Stay in the moment, not in the past, and don't think about the future. And the people you have with you today, continue to love on them. So when these times happen again, because again, it's inevitable, You are in the now and you know what to look forward to for the future. I just want to thank you for watching. I just want to send you so much love and so much light, and I want to send you healing energy. I want to express my unconditional love and gratitude for you getting to the end of this video, receiving this message. And if you are currently going through this, I understand. I love you and I am with you. And again, if you have anything you need to let out, this is the space to do so. The usual liking and subscribing situation is totally up to you in this moment. But I just would like to let you know that I would love for you to comment if you have something you want to say. Anything you want to say in this moment, I will appreciate. And if you want to share this video to someone in need, or watch it 20 times over because you just want to have this moment with somebody who understands, this is the space. This is why I do this. So again, thank you for watching. I love you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.